Hello everyone, thanks for dropping by. I'm doing this video on Sunday because I'm going to visit Mum and Dad's at the grave tomorrow, and tomorrow's my eldest brother's, our Colin. It's his birthday, so I'm going to drop his present off. Then I'll be going to see our Jeff, my first older brother, and then I'll be following up Auntie Barbara, Mum's sister, so I'm going to be quite busy and I probably won't have time to do a video at my usual time, i.e. usually around about midday-ish. So I'm doing it tomorrow's video today, so to speak. I've just been looking at the Better Bachelor channel, and he's did an article about the David Bride's company in America going bankrupt and belly up. So I had a look around, and lo and behold, it has. All the big news agencies in America are covering it. This is CBS News. As you can see, David Bridal declares bankruptcy, will lay off more than 9,000 workers. Well, that's 9,000 families affected across America, and that will have a knock-on effect through the American economy. Not much because it's only 9,000, but still, it's have a dramatic effect on a lot of families and their spending habits. I don't know who she is, not being American, but quite attractive for a post-war woman. Mind you, what would she look like with all that makeup off? Anyway, this is just an article naturally explaining all about it. There's no mention of MGTOW at all. David Bride plans to lay off 9,236 employees in 3 waves, according to a notice post Friday of Pennsylvania Department of Labor. As of April, the company had about 10,000 employees, 2,000 full-time and 8,000 part-time. So they'll all be going. And then probably the older ones will go from that. And there'll just be a rump of employees. Now, it just goes down. Blah, 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 blah. And the CBC News business, as you can see, more or less saying the same thing. The seeking protection from its creditors could be Chapter 11, as the Americans call it. Second time in 5 years. Well, that is indicative of the trouble that it was in. Is the MGTOW having an effect on that? Stores like that are going to be more affected. Smaller stores, I suspect, in America, they probably won't be affected, but the big ones, like this place, they definitely will start closing. Because it's America's largest wedding gown retailer. And it just drops down, more or less the same article about the previous one. Washington Post, Bezos' rag. David's Bridal filed for bankruptcy. Here's how to track your order. This was done 18th of April. And more or less it's the same thing as all the other news items. Is your order currently safe? Can it change? All the rest. And CNN Business. Now this is more for, they've concentrated on individual cases. The bride's getting upset because her big day is not going to be spoilt. My bridesmaids have also ordered their dresses from David Bridal and still haven't gotten anything that I need for my wedding from there. She said, I'm really worried. That must be this lady. And then more on a point of tangent interest, you notice the guy is always taller than the girl. I've noticed that in Warrington. So anytime you're out and about in an American city and you see couples, just have a look, you just see that the guy is always taller than the girl, or the woman. And this lady, Lura Shmayam, she's a college student, probably up to her ears in debt, yet she's found herself an ATM machine. And now, those are the main American news agencies, but even the smaller ones in America, Post Crescent, which is in Wisconsin, a place called Appleton. If you're a Wisconsin, you'll probably know where Appleton is. they've also reported it, and it's just a small item about the David's Bridal closing. But anyway, it all boils down to the wedding industry is being dramatically affected, but the £300 gorilla in the room, i.e. MGTOW, isn't being addressed in any of these articles. I had a look in various other articles and not a single word about MGTOW and its philosophy. So your guess is as good as mine whether the MGTOW effect is having a dramatic effect in the closure of this, or if it's just a coincidence. After the bridal dress filing for bankruptcy, the next thing is wedding cakes. Now, companies like this that sell a lot of bridal dresses will go belly up, but little small shops that sell wedding cakes will survive because they do it to order. But big companies like this lot that do wedding cakes, they could be the next domino to fall in the marriage industry. And once again, there's no mention of the £300 gorilla, i.e. MGTOW. The government, they're just scared to address that issue. The Japanese are starting to panic because the population is starting to decline. That would be the third domino to fall. The American population starts to go down with the baby booms dying out and dramatically decreasing because American women are too picky, and American guys would rather do the hobbies than get involved with American women. You've all seen all the TikTok videos and the other YouTube channels about women crying because they can't get a guy. Well, this is just the one domino that's falling with the bridal industry. I originally started this channel off on the MGTOW tangent a long time ago. But we're in interesting times. We'll have to wait and see what the next bridal domino falls, which I suspect, as I said, will be wedding cake manufacturers, and then we'll take it from there. Sorry it's a bit patchy, people, but this was just the slap and dash video because as I said, I'm not doing one tomorrow. Anyway, I think I'm on the 10-minute mark now. I don't like to go beyond that. So, you know the routine. Like, dislike, comment, subscribe. It's completely up to you. So, until next week or next weekend, that's it. Bye-bye.